Hey, what's going on, y'all? Alright, so you may be wondering why the shades, why the tone, why the hoodie. Well, it's because this is not your ordinary how to rock guitar. We're not just going to show you the E, B, D, A, G. You're going to be learning how to play the V signature guitar sound, man. And this is rather appropriate because when I was younger and coming up and learning how to play guitar, these are all the instruction videos look just like this. Some dudes with some shades and a hood telling you how to, do the Dolarian skills and all that kind of stuff. So prepare yourself, man, because you're going to learn. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just go straight up with the amp equalizer, which is integral to the V sound. Right here is the key right here, y'all. Notice the middle and treble. You see, what it is first we put them straight up with each other. We have the middle and the treble right on the same dot. So the mid-range sort of, when you apply that, sort of eats up whatever frequencies it needs to. So when you got the mid and treble, and so it's full blast. This is very modern millennial guitar sound. Most these new high def recordings, the guitar's a mid instrument regardless. So when you got the mid and treble on the same dot, they're sort of battling each other for space, for frequencies. So then you adjust accordingly. Right now I'm on an uplifter kick, the V song uplifter. So try and match that tone because I plumb lost it after I recorded it. But usually I start right there and then I just kind of fiddle around until I find an uplifting tone. The gain you pretty much is like full blast, because harmonics and stuff like that. I really, you want those to pop out, for the V sound and alternative rock, as well. You really want those effects and sounds to come out. The bass, I got it right there, nice plump, firm bass right behind it. As you can see, it's basically on the polar opposite, and that's key to the V sound too. You want a bouncy sort of, kind of their sound of the bass sort of to get the middle propelled and moving. It's a very contemporary sound. Never mind the reverb I was fucking around. And there's effects on this particular area, this particular round. I added a bit of chorus and all that, but to your own. That's just where I'm at right now in my life. So yeah, this is very key to the V signature sound. It's a modern take. Most metal rock back in the day, was like scoop the mids, the Metallica thing. We all did that. This right here, creates movement definition, and especially with recording, going live on your phone and all that, it really has a guitar. The tone really comes through and define, and refine the signature, and it has a high def quality in real life. Like when you listen to it, like here, it has this glossy sound. It really has a signature V sound, which is what we want. We want that to represent this particular alternative band. But yeah, it's a very slick, very and also what I'm about to show you with the guitars. This particular tone is also sort of like idiot proof. It's sort of like autopilot, like most like current fancy jets and private planes and all that literally fly themselves, and most of the time the pilots just adjust the frequencies and meters accordingly. But most planes just fly themselves these days, and the top one. So also there's that touch of class as well, where it's like I literally kind of walked in stumbling and hit the guitar, and it just produced a solid note, and that has a lot to do with also where we take the tone as well on the guitar. Alright, yeah. So this is the guitar right here. Another integral part. Well done, right? Boom. This right here is a Squire Strat. See? So it comes with its own challenges. This one is actually really good wood chip. You can probably tell. You see, it's an in between. Alright, so the thing about the Squires is that they have noisy coils in the pickup. So first thing is first is elimination. You know, we got the sound clear. Boom. You know, and this adds, you know, a bit more bass, but it's the tone right here. You know, what I like about Fenders is that, you know, they produce more than just, you know, you can get creative with your tone and sound. You know, you can, you know, so I actually, the V sound is like 2 tones here. We apply, which is basically. So one of the tricks we employ is with our string tunage. You know, we use the traditional E flat, which is standard in rock, and we tune down to drop D, of course, which is grunge. And you know, a trick we employ in that is that we do the sonic youth thing of they pretty much would harmonize a couple of strings and strum those. That was part of their alternate tunings. I like to call it a holographic thing, and that really is important to the V signature sound because it gives it like a zoom effect and the element of this illusion of high def, which you know, is part of the equation alongside the equalizer and the amplifiers. You know, the mid and treble battling for the spot kind of thing. And you know, so you got like this right here. You know, like where the notes meet. You know, and it's just, you know, it's just one solid, you know, and it really just adds sort of a presence, I would say. You know, I think you know, I think it just adds like you see, it's just like a brightness to it that I personally like. I think you know, and when you know, when you play all over the place, and you got a zoomy thing to it. So, you know, and of course you have to give credit to Thurston more for that, and that's pretty much our alternative credit there. You know, I would think you know, before I employed that, you know, I was sitting there, of course, and I was like, oh man, it's not rocking though. And then I finally, you know, went that route. You know, sometimes you gotta break the rules. You know, thank God for, you know, Sonic Youth and Kim and Thurston and that other dude for, you know, doing all that. You know. So as you can see, the V signature sound employs a lot of modifications, a lot of extreme modifications. Most, you know, I think, except for Zach Wild, of course, you play straight through the amp, you know. But you find that a lot. Most guitar players with signature sounds, you know, comes from whether it's combination of guitars and pickups or whatever it might be. You know, I think for me, I just really like this sound. You know, it's just very present. It's very much, it gives a sense of excitement and being in the now. And you know, I think that comes from, you know, years sitting around and, you know, listening to bands and stuff like that, and you know, and I think and of course also from recording and having this on the phones, you know, because I really want to stick out on the phone, you know, like I think which is important. I think communication is very important these days. You know, the V sound, man, that's it. This V fucking signature sound, you know. It employs a lot of modern techniques. You know, I think one thing we'll say that you'll see in all these other videos is well, the guitar is a mid-range instrument, you know, and then what do they say next? But generally there are no rules or whatever, you know. So I think this is a pretty beneficial video. You know, this is like autopilot for me. So if I stumble and hit, it's like foolproof, because then you know, the sound just it's a straight fucking sound, you know, good chord, even if I like just so it's very you can get fucked up and party and fucking rock the fuck out, dude. So you know, have a fucking blast, man. Long live rock and roll, you know. Peace. So in conclusion, it's just another rock signature sound, you know. You know, you can always go with, you know, the pumpkin fuzz. You know, you can take Metallica's mid-range out. You know, you can do Korn, the 7-string, and the Ibanez. You know, it's just another, you know, rock guitar sound. And you know, not every, you know, one of those sounds, you know, works for everything, you know, and this is no different, you know. This is just another sound, and it works for some things and not others, just like all those other ones. So, you know, enjoy, rock on. Thank you. So, you know, this V sound is for anyone out there who wants to, you know, rock and roll in the traditional sense, which is rebel, party, get fucked up, fucked off, or whatever, you know, because these frequencies and these modifications allow the guitar to be, as I stated before, like pretty much on autopilot. So, you know, I mean, I stumble and just kind of jangly hit the strings, and the sound just comes right out. So, you know, if you want to be that type of guitar player, that type of rock musician, then dial in the V sound, man, you know, it'll save your ass. Peace.